Hello Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 7. Kindness is not weakness, it is strength under control. That quote, spoken often by Frank Caprio, is how many will remember him, firm when needed, but always guided by grace. Frank Caprio, best known to millions as the warm and thoughtful judge on Caught in Providence, passed away peacefully at the age of 88. He died surrounded by family after a brief illness. From a humble upbringing in Federal Hill, Rhode Island, Frank grew into one of the most beloved figures in American justice. Long before the world knew his name, he was helping shape it, first as a high school teacher, then as a lawyer, and later as a trusted public servant. But it was his time on the Providence Municipal Court where Frank found his true calling. Over nearly 4 decades on the bench, he proved that justice could be fair and deeply human. His courtroom decisions, aired through the show Caught in Providence, captured hearts across the world. People came for the rulings but stayed for the kindness. The numbers speak louder than words. Hundreds of millions of views, over 20 million followers across platforms. But even more powerful were the stories he touched. A struggling mother, a nervous teenager, a man just trying to get back on his feet. Judge Caprio listened, smiled, asked about their lives, and reminded each of them they were not alone. Outside the courtroom, he mentored students, supported families, and worked for causes close to his heart. He never forgot where he came from and encouraged everyone, especially young people, to keep giving their best. He treated every person who stood before him with respect, said the governor of Rhode Island. His heart and example will remain with us. Frank Caprio is survived by his wife, children, and many who loved him deeply. His sons Frank Jr. and David continue his legacy in their own public service careers. Though he's gone, the message he lived by endures. Treat people with compassion, hold them accountable with dignity, and always listen. The world didn't just lose a judge. It lost a voice of understanding, a champion of humanity. Tributes to Frank Caprio. Number 6. Music, Michael Antunes once said, should feel like it's coming from the center of your heart, not just your hands. That's exactly how he played, for over 70 years, with soul, fire, and joy. Michael Tunes Antunes, the beloved saxophonist of John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, passed away peacefully at 85. He died shortly after his final performance, just days after his birthday, surrounded by the music and people he loved. Raised in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Michael came from a deeply musical Cape Verdean American family. He was already on stage at 13, playing with local bands while still in school. His saxophone quickly became a voice all its own, a voice that would soon be recognized far beyond his hometown. In the 1970s, Michael joined John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band, and together they made magic. Their soundtrack for the cult classic Eddie and the Cruisers shot them into the national spotlight. Songs like On the Dark Side and Tender Years brought his powerful saxophone lines into homes across America. His on-screen performance as the band's saxophonist added to the film's legacy and to his own. But Michael Antunes was more than the sounds he created. He was a mentor, a connector, a friend. Always humble, always warm. He made time for young musicians, helped build bridges within New England's tight-knit music scene, and never lost his love for performing. In fact, he was still taking the stage at 85. His bandmates reminded us of his impact during that last show when they surprised him with a birthday serenade. It was a fitting tribute to a man who gave so much on and off stage. Following his passing, messages poured in from fans, friends, and fellow musicians. One colleague wrote, "Tunes didn't just play the notes, he made them feel like home." Michael is survived by his family, his band family, and generations of fans. His saxophone may now be silent, but the music he helped create will never fade. Tributes to Michael Antunes. Number 5. She didn't just open doors for women in tech, she built the doors and handed out the keys. This powerful tribute from Professor Sue Black captures the spirit of Dame Stephanie Shirley, a true pioneer whose life changed the face of technology, work, and philanthropy. Dame Stephanie Shirley passed away peacefully at 91. The cause of death was age-related illness. Her life was marked by groundbreaking innovations, deep compassion, and a drive to give back. Born in Germany, she arrived in Britain as a 5-year-old refugee in the Kindertransport. That early experience shaped her lifelong mantra, to make her life worth saving. And she did, beyond measure. In 1962, facing widespread discrimination, she founded one of the UK's first software companies, staffed almost entirely by women. She went by Steve in business letters just to be taken seriously, but her work soon did all the talking. Her company pioneered remote working and flexible hours decades before they were common. It grew to employ thousands and made 70 staff millionaires through equity programs. Generosity rare then and now. She broke barriers again as the first female president of the British Computer Society. She was also a founding donor of the Oxford Internet Institute and later served as the UK's first ambassador for philanthropy. After retiring, she focused on giving. Through the Shirley Foundation, she donated over $70 million, most of it supporting autism services and scientific research, inspired by her late son Giles. Her honors were many: OBE, Dame Commander, Companion of Honor. Yet her true legacy lies in the lives she touched and the paths she carved for others. Sharon Gunn, CEO of BCS Group, said, "Her groundbreaking work not only advanced the role of women in tech, but also transformed the way we view work, equality, and innovation. She was a mentor, a leader, a builder of futures, and she never stopped believing in people, even when others didn't believe in her." Dame Stephanie Shirley is survived by her family and a world made better by her courage, brilliance, and compassion. She inspired a generation and left behind a roadmap for doing well by doing good. Tributes to Stephanie Shirley. Number 4. "We were trained to do the job and that was it," John Cruickshank once said, brushing off a level of bravery few could ever match. At 105, John Cruickshank passed away peacefully in August 2025, marking the close of a truly extraordinary life. As the last surviving recipient of the Victoria Cross for service in World War II, his story is one of courage, humility, and quiet strength. Born in Aberdeen, he grew up with a strong sense of duty. By the time war broke out, he'd set aside an early banking career to serve his country in the skies. In 1944, during a mission over the North Atlantic, Cruickshank piloted a Catalina flying boat into heavy enemy fire to attack a German submarine. After a failed first pass, he turned and struck again, sinking the U-boat. Despite being gravely wounded, suffering 72 injuries, he refused morphine, stayed alert, and guided his crew home safely. His actions earned him the highest award for bravery in the British and Commonwealth forces. Following the war, he returned to banking, quietly resuming a life of service in other ways. He remained a steadfast figure in veterans' organizations and commemorative events, always emphasizing others' stories over his own. In one of his final recognitions, he was awarded the Air Efficiency Award in 2024, a medal long overdue. Yet, in true Cruickshank fashion, he accepted it with modest grace. Those close to him speak of his calm presence and fierce devotion. He inspired generations without ever seeking the spotlight. "He represented the very best of us," said a member of the armed forces. Duty was never a burden to him. It was simply what had to be done. John Cruickshank's passing is a loss felt deeply by the military community and beyond. His life spanned over a century, but the values he lived by, honor, courage, and humility, are timeless. He leaves behind a grateful nation, a loving family, and a legacy that reminds us what true heroism looks like. Tributes to John Cruickshank. Number 3. Dr. Brodey taught us to see technology not just as tools, but as partners in the human adventure. Those words, shared by a former student, capture the visionary soul of Warren Brodey, a man who reshaped how we think about the mind, machines, and the spaces we live in. Warren Brodey passed away peacefully at the age of 101. His death followed a gentle decline, surrounded by loved ones. Throughout his life, Warren blended science with empathy. He began as a psychiatrist and family therapist, co-founding the Pilot School for Blind Children and breaking ground in what would become modern family therapy. But instead of staying within the walls of any one profession, he moved outward, always asking how people and systems could harmonize better. His work led him to MIT, NASA, and later to Norway's Technical University. At a time when others chased machine intelligence, Warren countered with a bold idea: create intelligent environments that enhance human well-being. He believed innovation should serve people, nurture creativity, not just automate it. He authored books such as Family Dance and Earthchild, blending narrative, psychology, and systems theory. His decades of research brought together fields rarely seen in conversation: cybernetics, architecture, biology, and medicine. He held patents in tactile communication and trained engineers from across the globe. To all he taught, he offered curiosity without judgment. In Boston, his environmental ecology lab became a crucible of collaborative learning in the late 60s. There, Warren explored soft architecture and re-embodied perception, concepts that still ripple through green design and education today. Friends and colleagues admired him not just for his intellect but for his spirit. Described as generous, humble, and deeply human, Warren connected deeply with those around him. His presence made people think differently, in quieter, more open ways. He is survived by his children and grandchildren. His ideas, however, live on, in classrooms, clinics, labs, and conversations all over the world. Mourning his passing are countless students, scientists, therapists, builders, and dreamers. He challenged us to imagine more, and to care more deeply while doing so. Tributes to Warren Brodey. Number 2, Ken always gave everything. Never flashy, always honest. He cared deeply about the game and even more about the people around him. Remembered a former Lancashire teammate. Ken Shuttleworth, who passed away peacefully at the age of 80, leaves behind a cricketing legacy built on skill, humility, and devotion. Born in St. Helens, Lancashire, Ken's journey through cricket spoke volumes. Across 12 seasons with Lancashire, he became the heart of the bowling attack. With 484 first-class wickets at an average just under 23, he was both reliable and fierce. His 7 for 41 against Essex remains etched in county cricket history. Paired with Peter Lever, Ken helped lead Lancashire through their golden years in the late 60s and early 70s. Their new ball partnership was known for its discipline and danger, both men driving the team forward with quiet determination. Ken earned his place in England's side in the early 1970s, representing his country in 5 tests and a one-day international. Though his time at the top was brief, it reflected the high regard in which he was held. Limited overs cricket also saw some of Ken's finest moments. His 5 for 13 against Nottinghamshire in the 1972 John Player League was a masterclass in accuracy and timing. After moving to Leicestershire later in his playing career, he added even more experience and wisdom to county cricket. Persistent injuries eventually brought his days on the field to a close. Off the pitch, Ken refused to leave the game behind. He became an umpire, officiating in first-class matches, and remained an active figure in the cricketing community. He also found success in business, first with British Coal and then in civil engineering. But numbers and jobs only tell part of the story. Ken Shuttleworth was known for his self-discipline, his quiet generosity, and a fierce sense of fairness. Whether on the field or in life, he was deeply respected. His passing has drawn warm messages from across the cricket family. To many, he wasn't just a teammate or opponent. He was a mentor, a gentleman, and a dear friend. Ken Shuttleworth leaves behind a legacy not only of wickets and matches, but of quiet strength and enduring kindness. Tributes to Ken Shuttleworth. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Ariana DeBose, the Oscar-winning star cherished by many for her roles in West Side Story and on Broadway, is coping with a deeply personal loss this week. Her mother, Gina Michelle DeBose, has passed away at age 57, following a courageous 3-year battle with stage 3 ovarian cancer. Gina was much more than Ariana's biggest fan. She was a beloved public school teacher and a passionate advocate for arts education, shaping young lives and inspiring her local community with her strength and kindness. Ariana describes her mother as her favorite person, best friend, and toughest critic, sharing touching memories and gratitude for Gina's unwavering support through every milestone. The family has invited supporters to honor Gina's legacy by donating to charities close to her heart. Gina's remarkable influence as both a mother and an educator will be fondly remembered, as her legacy continues to inspire acts of love, resilience, and generosity among all whose lives she touched. News 2. What a powerful reminder today of the joy and impact one person can have. David Hakili Kenwi Bell, beloved actor and true son of Hawaii, has passed away at just 46 years old in his hometown of Kailua Kona. Many recently saw David light up the screen as the big Hawaiian dude in Disney's new live-action Lilo and Stitch, a role that brought laughter to audiences and showcased his trademark warmth and wit. Beyond his movie moments, David was also known for bringing local flavor to popular shows like Hawaii 5-0 and Magnum P.I., and many will remember his friendly voice welcoming travelers at the Kona International Airport. Friends and family celebrate David as a generous spirit, a man who loved sharing stories, supporting the arts, and energizing any room he entered. His sister lovingly recalls their last memory together, simply enjoying each other's company after a movie premiere, talking story, and reflecting on life. Though our community has lost a shining light, the laughter, memories, and aloha spirit that David brought to so many will be fondly remembered. Let's hold our loved ones a little closer today, with gratitude for every small and big moment we share. News 3. Singer and television star Tamar Braxton, age 48, is sharing a message of gratitude and hope after surviving a frightening accident this past weekend. Tamar revealed that she almost died and was discovered by a friend in a pool of blood with a serious facial injury. She suffered a fractured nose, lost several teeth, and is experiencing challenges with mobility. Understandably, Tamar says the details of what happened are still unclear and that she's feeling weak as she begins her long road to recovery. But Tamar's spirit remains unbroken. Just hours before opening up about her ordeal, she posted a heartfelt thank you to God for simply waking up. Fans from across the country are sending their prayers, inspired by her commitment to healing and faith. As she continues to mend, Tamar's courage and resilience remind us all of the power of gratitude and the strength to move forward, one day at a time. News 4. It's hard not to admire British singer Jessie J's incredible spirit as she faces a new challenge with grace and optimism. At just 37, Jessie, known for her powerful voice and hits like Price Tag, recently shared her early-stage breast cancer diagnosis with fans, emphasizing how grateful she is it was caught early. She's already undergone surgery and, ever the devoted mother, has bravely opened up about how her treatment journey has affected the precious time she spends with her young son. Jessie's openness is inspiring people worldwide, reminding us all of the importance of early detection. The support she's received from loved ones and fans alike shows just how much she means to her community. As Jessie J moves forward with courage and positivity, her story will continue to shine as a testament to hope, love, and the power of sharing our journeys. We celebrate her strength, and she'll be remembered for showing us all that even in difficult times, optimism and connection make all the difference. News 5. Imagine being an ocean away from home, working on a film set, when suddenly your family faces a health crisis. That's exactly what happened to actress Kirsten Dunst while filming in Budapest earlier this year. Kirsten was joined by her husband, actor Jesse Plemons, and their 2 boys, including 4-year-old James. When a scary moment unfolded, young James experienced a serious health scare. Kirsten described the ordeal as every parent's nightmare, like imagining all the possible worst-case scenarios for your child. Although Kirsten and Jesse have graciously chosen not to share the specific details, Kirsten reassures everyone that James is now just fine, and their family has come through the experience stronger. She says the event gave her a new perspective on the everyday worries of parenthood, and emphasized just how precious those ordinary, healthy days truly are. The Dunst-Plemons family's story is a heartfelt reminder to cherish our loved ones and treasure those peaceful, uneventful moments. Here's to brighter days ahead, and wishing the whole family continued health and happiness. News 6. Just before actress Olivia Munn, age 43, was wheeled into surgery at a Los Angeles hospital for her double mastectomy, she and partner John Mulaney shared a quiet, loving moment together. Olivia's journey began in early 2023, when her OB/GYN calculated her breast cancer risk and discovered a 37% lifetime likelihood, despite clear genetic tests and a normal mammogram. That caution inspired further testing, which revealed aggressive luminal B cancer in both breasts. The diagnosis was shocking, but Olivia's swift action and the support of her loved ones made all the difference. Since that difficult day in May 2023, Olivia has bravely undergone 5 surgeries and faced every challenge with a spirit of hope and resilience. She credits those tender moments with John and her little boy as her guiding light through recovery. Olivia now shares her story to encourage others, reminding women to talk to their doctors, advocate for themselves, and never lose hope. Stories like Olivia's remind us, early detection, loving support, and courage can make all the difference, turning a frightening diagnosis into an inspiring tale of strength and love. News 7. Cue the nostalgia, because James Van Der Beek is sparking some major excitement today for fans of Dawson's Creek. The beloved 48-year-old actor who played Dawson Leary has just teased the possibility of a true Dawson's Creek reunion, and he did it by dropping one of the show's most iconic lines. For those who remember the heartfelt ups and downs in Capeside, Vanderbeek's playful hint brings back memories of friendships, first loves, and the enduring dreamers that defined the series. Dawson's Creek first touched hearts back in the late 90s and early 2000s, resonating across generations with its honest take on growing up, love, and finding your way in the world. It's no wonder a simple reunion clue from Vanderbeek can instantly send the internet into a warm and wistful buzz. While no dates are set just yet, the spirit of the show remains timeless, reminding us all that no matter where life has taken us, a part of Dawson, Joey, Pacey, and the gang is always with us. Here's to celebrating old friends, unforgettable stories, and the hope that we might just see them all together again soon. Number 1. She gave more than advice. She gave direction. That sentiment, shared by a former colleague, captures the heart of who Natalia Cavanellis was. A torchbearer in Brazil's business and influencer worlds, she inspired a generation not just to succeed, but to lead with purpose. Natalia passed away at the age of 40 due to complications during a cosmetic procedure in São Paulo. Her sudden loss has left a deep silence in the corridors of many boardrooms, and in the hearts of thousands who followed her. She built a remarkable presence, both online and offline. With over 100,000 Instagram followers, Natalia wasn't just admired, she was trusted. Her insights on corporate networking and positioning helped countless professionals turn ideas into careers. Her secondary platform, focused solely on networking tips, became a go-to resource within Brazil's entrepreneurial scene. But she wore many hats: entrepreneur, mother, mentor, friend. Natalia blended work and life with an honesty that drew people in. Her posts weren't just polished, they were real. She often spoke of her daughter with visible pride, showing the human side behind her business acumen. Natalia's passing has been met with an outpouring of sorrow and respect. Many in Brazil's business community described her as the bridge to opportunity, always ready to lift others up with her time, knowledge, and encouragement. She taught people how to connect, how to present themselves, and more importantly, how to believe in their vision. Her presence at networking events lit rooms, not just from her achievements, but through the energy and kindness she shared so effortlessly. Though her life was tragically brief, her legacy is long-reaching. Natalia changed how people view influence, not as power, but as a responsibility to guide others forward. She is survived by her beloved young daughter, who was the heart of her world. Memorial details have yet to be announced, but messages of love continue to flood every platform she once touched. Tributes to Natalia Cavanellis. Bill always said, "The most important story is the one that touches home." He lived that truth every day. With a voice that brought calm during crisis and heart during celebration,